Hey everybody, Dusty here, and welcome back to another episode of Stoneblock, guys. Now, in today's episode, what I really want to do is start working on our base a little bit, because as I've said throughout the entire series, all of this is temporary, and I do mean that. So, what I really want to do today, to start off with, is start planning out the new base. So, I'm not sure where I want to put it, but I want to start with just one big room, and then that'll be like our main workshop area, sort of like what this room is now, but a much cleaner, neater version, and much bigger as well. And then we'll have our little side rooms going off into things like this. But again, this will probably be moved also to the new area. I'm not sure where to put it. I feel like I should branch off from the mob farm so that I'm nearby this mob farm when we're in our workshop. That seems to make sense to me because then this thing's going to be running in the background. So I'm going to have a little think, and I'm going to do a heap of digging and use my hammer to do that off camera. I might even look into the builder block from RF Tools to clear out some land as well. So let me go and have a little dig around, and we'll see what we can come up with. Well, I left the builder block doing its thing. You see in the top right corner there, I've started clearing out an area for the new base, and I went away to go and do a few other things while I was waiting for it, and it cleared a lot quicker than I was expecting. And there are lots of mobs that are spawning in the dark spot here. I'm in trouble here a little bit. I've boarded myself off in the sieve room, but I'm going to have to try and kill all these and light up that area. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make up an iron sword and try and kill them that way, because that's going to do a bit more damage. 2 little baby zombies broke in, and they got the better of me, guys. I lost 56 levels. And now I don't know what to do. There's just... What? Oh, wow. They all despawned because I died? I don't quite understand why, but I'm not complaining. Okay, so let's get rid of that, let's get rid of that, let's get rid of that. I just want to try and get my armor back on, and then I'm going to run back there. I think that's pretty much everything. Yep, that can all stay there. Okay, so we're going to have to run in, and when I get closer, mobs are going to spawn in there. Let me just quickly eat, get some food. Alright, I'm going to rush in, and I'm going to light this area up as quick as I can. Oh my goodness! No! What? What is happening? I think I'm invincible, actually. But this is... I've got... Oh, it's only for a few more seconds. It's only for a few more seconds. And then I'm going to be in lots of trouble. But hopefully when I die again... And I don't want to die over here, do I? I want to make sure I die far away from all of that. But hopefully when I die, all of those mobs despawn again. And then I just keep doing a little bit more each time, I suppose. This is ridiculous, though. Come on, guy. Can you kill me, please? It's so shameful just sat here watching a baby skeleton kill me. Okay, let's do another run. I have 30 seconds left of resistance. And I think I'm going to have to let them kill me one more time after this. Don't want to blow up the builder block. Oh, the problem is that the creeper explosions keep messing with... I might have to make up a mega torch, you know. Although, I've done quite a lot of this now. I'd say most of the spots have been covered now. Oh, look at that, I just completed a quest. The mob farm quest. Okay, I think if I die one more time... No, don't. Okay, I think if I die one more time, I'll be okay now. This isn't too bad now, is it? And if I look at F7... Right, so there shouldn't be any spots in here where mobs can actually spawn now. I'm going to have to clean up the walls a little bit. So first look at the new base, guys. Okay, I do not want to ever have to do that ever again, so I'm going to be much more careful next time I'm clearing out a big area of land. I might even just do it manually just so I can make sure I keep it lit up. Or what I can look at doing, you probably heard me mention there in all of my panic, last guy there, is you can get a mega torch. Now, what's the recipe for this? I don't think it's too expensive, just needs some wood, some torches, diamonds, and this will actually stop mobs spawning. And that actually also won't affect our cursed earth farm, I'm pretty sure. So I might look at getting that next time I clear out land. But guys, this is where we're going to be situating the new base. It's looking very simple at the moment, it's just a big cube. I'm going to do a big cleanup in here of all the items and make it look a bit prettier, and I'll come back once I've made some more progress. Alright guys, well a lot has happened since the last clip. I've spent a good couple of hours now off camera doing some work on some stuff, and we've got the base behind us. We'll have a look at that at the end of this clip. And don't worry, I haven't done anything too progression based, so in terms of the quest, I haven't really gone through any of these or built anything too new, because I like to do most of that on camera. But let me run you through a few things. The first thing you might notice, and I'll stand a bit back because of the noise, is that, you know, in fact, I'm just going to turn those off completely. But you might notice we are getting way more mob spawns. Way more. Like, this has gone seriously up. If you can't notice, then you're going to have to take my word for it, but it will make a little bit more sense when I explain why. So when I had come up here to do maintenance on a previous time, I forgot to block something in. So I think it was down here. Essentially what I had was I had a hole. I'm a bit scared for opening this up. We'll fill it back in with cobble straight after. But basically I had a hole with these two blocks here. I forgot to block it off, and there was a torch here like this, and it was letting in a heap of light into the farm. So now we're getting way more mob spawns now that I've patched that up. Now, because we're getting way more mob spawns, we got way more loot bags and way more loot in general, and the system just wasn't able to keep up at all. So what I've done here is I've added more speed upgrades to this. This is on 12 at the moment, just to keep up. I also whitelisted, or blacklisted rather, Inferium, Redstone, Sugar and Iron, and Glowstone, because I thought that if we can get some supplies of that, that'll be good as well. Redstone for obvious reasons, and Inferium Essence is part of Mystical Agriculture, which we'll have a look at in probably not too far into the future. So that means 12 speed upgrades now to keep up. Because that needed 12 speed upgrades, that needed a lot of grid power, so I added in another water mill over here. Again, nothing new, guys, so you have already seen that before. But then we were getting way more loot bags, and our colossal chest was also getting clogged up, so that was two new issues. So what I did here is I tried to look through the colossal chest and get all of the things that were single items and filter them separately. So you'll see what I mean around the back here. And I also added 4 more loot bag openers, so now the loot bags obviously still get extracted from here. And I mean, it's just crazy the rate that drops are going into here. But then they go into one of 5 loot bag openers, and this is on round robin mode, this servo here, so it'll alternate between these 5. And then what I've started doing is extracting from the colossal chest all of the things that do not stack. For example, armor. So 2 pieces of gold armor would actually take up 2 slots, they don't stack, right? And I've done that with all of these items here, because our colossal chest filled up so quickly. And then what I also did is I set up this little system over here, and this has a filter on it with a load of stuff that we don't need here. I'll just quickly show you. So basically, if any of these items, if we get any of that from our loot bags, oh, a little bit of lag there, but if we get any of that from our loot bags, essentially it's going to get extracted and go straight into the trash can above, into there. So let's put that filter back. And then all of this stuff is going to get drawn out of here, and we're going to be collecting all of our armor. And we can actually break all of this armor down into ingots and into diamonds later on. Same with the gold and the iron and diamond horse armors. And then just a couple of the things that we're having more stacks of. So obsidian, where is it? We've got over a stack of obsidian, a couple stacks of bricks, and some more inferium. So that's going to be clearing up a lot of room in here. And I still need to work on it. It needs a little bit more filtering. You see there's so many of these chance pendants here, but we've got way more space now to work with, and that's not going to clog up again for a good long time. One of the things that we're actually storing in here as well is these patient bags. Now, if I take one, I'll show you why we're storing these separately. So we've got 49 of them at the moment, and then this one, so that's 50. Now, like I said, there was one exception to building off camera. I did set up a little machine in the new base, and this is looking a bit different as well, so I'll run through that shortly as well. But I've set up this system here. Now, for those of you who didn't know, if you look at the uses for a patient bag, you can see that from a patient bag, you can either get a patient bag, another one, or a nether star. Now, I think it's a 1 in 10,000 chance that every time you open these and then open it back up again, and then put it back in here, and then keep doing this over and over, it's basically a 1 in 10,000 chance that you'll get a nether star from doing this, which means that to do this manually over and over would be an extremely tedious process. So what I've done is I've set up 12 bag openers, all with transfer nodes and the transfer pipes going into the next one. And if we open this up here, you'll see this is on timer at the moment, and just as this ends, a patient bag is going to appear. There we go, and it opens it and then goes to the next one. So what this means is rather than using one, we're actually pretty much using a system here which is 12 times as quick. And we actually got really lucky, and we have our first nether star, guys. So we only have one so far. It got through one of the patient bags very quickly. I don't think we're going to get the second one quite so quick. But basically, I'd come back and check the system every now and then, and it could be fully automated, but this will do for now, seeing as we're quite early game. And if this bar isn't moving when we come back, it means that there is a Never Star waiting for us in one of the transfer nodes, and then we can store them in this drawer. So that system is really great, and it means we're going to be able to start getting a few early game Never Stars. And we'll come on to that in a minute as well, because we did complete a quest or two off camera. So this is the base, guys. What I've done is I've added the cobblestone encased bricks, and you see that they all link up nicely together. And I've sort of added that as a trim around the entire room. And the way I see it is that we can have sort of segments, and we can position these encased bricks, and we can, so let's say for this, for example, we've got this pillar here and that pillar in the corner, and I've fit the machine in there nicely, and same with the bonsai pot. And then over here, I've just put our tinker set up temporarily, and again, I've just put a row of the encased bricks there, so that's like another segment, and we can just segment this out all the way around for all of our main workshop items. And then the theory is that we'll have branches off from the main room here, and we'll have rooms for different things, and I do have plans for this room already. That's why I already dug it out. What else is new? So I just brought some cobble over for the encased trim. I think over here we're going to have all of our machines that we need to access regularly. So I've got the resonator here at the moment, and stuff like furnaces, pulverizers, that sort of stuff I thought we could put in this section. And in this section here, I've set up the exact same system we've got for storing all of our loot, but as a main storage system, and I've made a 5x5 colossal chest rather than the 3x3 we have at the mob farm. So I've started putting some items in here. This has an incredible amount of storage, so we're going to be good there for a long time. And we've got the storage scanner if we want to access it that way as well, and we can search our items. So the plan is, guys, that I've tried to move pretty much everything we're going to be using here over from the old base over to here. You know, we've got the sieves in the floor here as well. This is it. We're going to be trying to move in by the end of this episode, where we're going to be set up here, moving on long term, and we don't have to go into that old area of the base very often, if not at all, once we've moved everything over. So that pretty much brings you up to speed on all of the new things we've done. So now let's take a look at a few of the quests that I did complete off camera. So for that, I'm going to need to grab out some wither skeleton skulls, and just as an example, look at this. We have 70 wither skeleton skulls, and that, guys, is simply because of this mob farm. It's just working so well. It's just incredible. If we look at the spectre coils here, we're up to 31 now. That was on 25 last time I checked, and each of these can generate 128 RF per tick, so we've got a load of free power. And I mean, just look at it. 70 draconium, 87 endstone, which we might be able to complete a quest with, actually. So let's take some of that out. There's a quest for the fertilizer. We'll take that out as well. 39 growth crystals, tier 3. That is just incredible. And obviously we've got 45 of the tier 2 as well. So we're getting some great loot here. There we go. Look, we just got the floral fertilizer quest, and we did also get the endstone one. It popped up just before that one. So let's have a look at our quest book here. So we'll claim that one, tick that one off. We completed the mob farm one when we were having that bit of a fiasco in here with all the mobs spawning. We've got the endstone one. We'll claim that one. We got the wither skeleton skulls one. We'll claim that one. And we also completed the Never Star quest, which I showed you a moment ago. So we just claimed 5 loot rewards and got 5 quests ticked off. That is awesome, guys. So let's have a look at our rewards. We've got some speed upgrades. Nature cores. Again, not really sure what they do. I have to look into that. Okay, we got some 64k storage components. I don't really want to use applied energistics. I'd rather use refined storage, so they might not be all that useful. More nature cores, and lastly, some more applied energistics stuff. So the rewards weren't great, but we are progressing through the pack nicely. I think I want to continue on that at the moment. I want to try and get a few more quests done here. So I think the next thing I want to set up in this base here is a decent cobblestone generator setup. Which are our next quests in the line here. We can do tier 3, 4, and 5. And if we could get, say, 4 tier 5s, or just a couple of them even, will be really great, and then store those. And let's also complete the end task, because for that, let's have a look here. I think we just need some portal frames. Oh no, for that one we do actually have to go. Never mind, we'll focus on the cobble generator. So we're going to need diamonds, blaze rods, and emeralds. I think I might have some blaze rods from when we went to the nether before, but if not, I believe we can actually compact blaze powder into blaze rods. So let's have a look at that as well. Where is it? The compactor. I think it's part of X9. Oh, yep, there it is from thermal expansion. So let's have a look. If we have any, that would be great, really. But I do have a feeling we don't have that many, even if we do have some. Yeah, we only have one. You know what? Let's make up a compactor. Oh, we can actually get blaze rods from loot bags, and seeing as we're producing so many loot bags, I'm pretty certain, surely we have a load in here. Let's have a look. Oh, look at that, 55 blaze rods. Perfect, so let's take all of those out, and I'll make up a couple of the lower tier ones, and then, I think, was it tier 3 was diamond? Yeah, okay, so we've got tons of diamonds, guys, as well. This thing's working away. I did set up this mechanical user here so that I can occasionally go and fill these up with cooked apples, and that works at 7 times the speed. So I'm wondering, we might as well just use these ones, really. We've got 4 tier 2s already, so that kind of makes sense, right? And then cobblestone generator. So 4 tier 4s, and then we can claim the quest. Perfect, and you know what, let's clear out some of that stuff we got a minute ago that we're not going to be using, like so, and then if we make 4 tier 4s, there we go, another quest completed, perfect. We are getting so many quests done today, guys, this is great. And then emeralds is the last one, which we do also have a load of. And then let's just make up all 4 of them into the tier 5s, because they're going to be our best ones. There we go, guys. So we've got the final cobblestone generator upgrade, and then the next ones in the quest line are obviously the Deep Dark portal and the mining dimension portal. I think I did talk about these in the previous episode. To do these 2 quests, we are going to need an incredible amount of cobble. So that's why we want to set this up now. I just claimed that, didn't I? Yeah, okay. So we'll quickly look at the rewards before we move on. Oh, look at that! Cryo-stabilized flux ducts. These are the ones that we were using over here, and they have infinite RF per tick transfer capacity, I believe. So that's pretty decent. And also, resonant conversion kits. Oh, I've got some plans for them. That's fantastic. That's going to allow us to upgrade our thermal expansion machines to the top tier straight away. That's fantastic, because we're way off getting the resources for that yet. Oh, look, and we've got another one here. Just some more applied energistics components, so we'll leave those. For now, what I think I'll do is I'll just place all of these back down here so that we keep all of our drawers filled up, and this one's still going to fill up for a while anyway with double compressed cobblestone. In the meantime, there is a better way of us actually generating cobblestone than those, so it was great to complete the quests, but moving on to our next thing is actually going to link to how we can get some more cobblestone as well. So let me clear up on my inventory, and then let's move on to our next project. Good news, guys, I just checked this, and like I said, if you right click it and the timer is not moving, it means in one of these transfer nodes we have got ourselves a never start. There we go. We've got another one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and get another patient bag rather from our storage around the back here, and put another one in the system. And I tell you what, it's actually working really quite well. It's probably taken, as a guess, probably an hour to get a Never Star. And really, the resources for this to be set up are really cheap. But we just go and we sling another one in, and perfect. Now, we could just stick a load in here, but I don't think it would be as efficient, because I think that it's not going to be opening them. Basically, it's not going to be opening them as quickly as it could be, because the timer works perfectly for 1 patient bag, but not as well for more. But what I'll do is I'll just stick a load in here, and we'll test that out for like a couple of hours, and I won't check on it, and we'll see how it goes. As an update, we are actually officially moved in as well. You can see all these chests here. I brought all these over from the old area. They're all empty now, and we've put everything into our big colossal chest here, and we can use our storage scanner to see it all. So that's nice as well. Let me chuck all of these in. We'll just put them all in the same one, I suppose. See how that one's back now, and it's waiting for this timer. That's why I don't think it's going to be as efficient to do it this way. Yeah. No, I don't like it. We're going to change. Just one. So we are now all moved in, guys. These chests were from the old base, and I've put everything into this colossal chest. And obviously we can get our storage scanner. And the best thing, the great thing about that as well is that we've got this little crafting area at the moment here. So let's say we want to make up a chest, and we hit add the recipe. It'll add it down here, and we make up 1, 4, 8, a stack. And if you can't craft it, it'll tell you what you're missing as well in the red there. So that's going to be really helpful also. Now, the thing that we need to make next is we need to make the mob slaughter factory from Industrial Foregoing. And if you remember, this is why we set up in the previous episode, why we set up the latex processing unit to get ourselves some tiny dry rubber, which we can smelt down into plastic. So this is doing really well now. And I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're going to smelt down, if you could put 9 of these in a crafting grid, like so, we get ourselves dry rubber, and then each one of these is a plastic. So I'm going to make all of these up and smelt them down. And there we have it, the mob slaughter factory. Now, what we're going to be using this for, guys, is we're going to be using this temporarily to kill mobs. So once it's set up, we'll turn off the mob masher. Now, when the mob grinder, or the mob slaughter factory rather, kills mobs, it also produces pink slime. Now, the reason we want pink slime is going to feed into how we're going to do our auto sieving, because to get the material stonework factory, we need pink slime. Now, the material stonework factory, if you look at the uses for it here, these are all the things it can make up. It just needs power, and it does this pretty quickly as well. But we can get gravel, sand, dust, and all sorts of other stuff. But obviously those 3 first things that I mentioned there are going to be really helpful in our auto sieving setup. So we're going to get this one set up, and then we'll turn off the mob grinder there. So transferred node on there, transfer pipe attached to it, and then we're going to put a drum on either side because it also produces liquid meat. And we don't want the meat mixing, well, we need somewhere to put the meat so we can get the slime out. And in fact, what I can do, if I change this, the meat probably can't even output. Yeah, okay, I think that's going to work. So the slime, let's just get rid of one of those for now, so hopefully this works. And we have to be careful breaking things here that the absorption hopper doesn't pick it up and put it in the trash can. And then we've got this power here, which is probably, yep, sending over to the slaughter factory, so that's on full power. And if we put our range add on here, I just make up a tier 1 and show the working area. Yep, that's going to be plenty big enough. So now we just need to turn this thing on. So if I hear always active, yeah, so this is working now, and it is getting liquid meat, and it is also getting pink slime, and it's putting the pink slime in here. Now, we should be able to speed this up pretty dramatically if we turn off the mob grinder. So if we get rid of that, so the mobs shouldn't die, they should all just collect here. And this should be killing them. And this should be getting a lot faster pink slime. It's hard to tell if it's faster, but it is definitely working. So this thing is going to start filling up with pink slime, and we need this number 127 down the bottom here. We need that to go to 1,000 so we can get a full bucket of it. So I'm just going to AFK for a minute or find something productive to do. It's getting a little bit messy in there, guys. I've had to turn it off, but I have actually got us up to 3 buckets of pink slime. So this is going to mean we're going to be able to get 3 times as much as if we just had 1 bucket. So what I'm also going to do now is turn this back on. And we can just take this down now. We'll leave the pink slime there for a moment, and I hope... Oh, I'm glad I picked that up. If it went into there, it would have just been... Oh, we lost our range upgrade, but that's okay. So this thing is back to working as normal. Now, what we want to do is we want to get a bucket, and then we actually want to spawn the pink slime inside here, because then we get the looting 10 effect on its kill, and that's going to mean that we're going to get more slime, right? So let me just break in here a moment, and all we've got to do is place down our bucket of pink slime, and it's going to spread around a little bit. If I do something like that, that should work. So eventually a pink slime should spawn in here. And I just took down the trash can just so that the drops don't get voided, because they will do. So we'll just leave the trash can off for a moment. I'm getting a feeling that it's actually not able to spawn because it doesn't have a solid block below it or something like that. It might not be meeting spawn requirements, because that took ages and nothing happened. So what we can do instead, though, is I think we have a gas tier in here in our storage somewhere. We do have one, so I think we can make up a mob imprisonment tool. There we go. So let's try and make up one of these a moment. And like so. And instead what we'll do is we'll just place it down in here for now, and then it can spread over a bigger area, and hopefully that helps. Oh, if you stand in it, it gives you the glowing effect for 8. Oh no! I looked at him when I was in when I was in F5 mode. But yeah, so we're glowing. Hopefully this is going to spawn a slime pretty soon. It's been quite a while already. I've done this before, and I don't think I'm missing anything here. Oh, there we go, we got him. Okay, and now I think we can get him in our imprisonment tool. Excellent, and we can duplicate all this sort of stuff later on. Yep, that's all going to pan out, and what we'll do is we'll get another one down. So that can be doing its thing in the meantime, and then what we'll do is we'll break back in, plonk this guy down, like there, and then, oh goodness, and then looting 10 effects should have just killed that slime. So let's have a look in the storage crate and see how many slime balls we got. We got 4, so that's not great, and I'm really glad we actually made up 2 more as well, because we're going to need way more than 4 moving forward with the pack. We don't need loads, but we definitely need more than that. So let's grab the last one as well, and let's just let this do its thing, and we'll do that 2 more times. So this guy's the last one. So this guy's the third one. There we go. I saw some drop there. We didn't actually get any from our second one, which is a shame. But that one got 7, so we're up to 11 pink slime. That's going to be plenty for what we want to do. Perfect. Alright guys, well that will just about do it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a bit of a different format today because I did a lot of off-camera work setting up some infrastructure here and the base. But it's been really, really fun for me, and I'm really, really glad we've got this base set up now. It's about time we had something a bit bigger, a bit more spacious, and a bit neater, let's be honest. So this is going to be great for us for our expansion. And also we got a load of pink slime today, which was going to be great for our auto-sieving. We'll probably have a look at that in the next episode. I'm not sure yet, but now we've got it, it might be nice to set that up. Hope you enjoyed the episode, guys, and I'll see you very soon for the next one.